Hey, how's it going? Today I am going to do the 10 final questions for the VC as created by Richard McCook. I've seen a bunch of people do this over the last few days, so I figured I'd throw my 2 cents in. So there's 10 questions. Let's do it. Number one, do you ever struggle to come up with ideas for videos? No. And I'll tell you why. Because I don't try and come up with ideas for videos. My channel basically consists of collection updates. If I see someone doing a video that I think is cool, I'll do a response to it, and I'll do the odd contest. Now, occasionally I'll have an idea that I think is cool, and I'll do a video for it. But by and large, I just stick to the tried and true VC subject matter. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel here. Um, you will never, ever, ever hear of me losing sleep because I don't have an idea for a video to shoot the next day. It just won't happen. I've got other stuff to think about. So no. Two, if purchasing subscribers was an option, would you partake? Absolutely not. And for several reasons. First and foremost, it just kind of comes off as desperate. Um, I like getting new subscribers, and I'm always flattered that people would think enough of my channel to subscribe. But when they do, I like to think that it was based on my own merits. Like they like the records that I show, or they like what I say about those records, and whatever. But it just seems too easy to buy them. And I also I can't imagine craving acceptance so much that you're willing to pay money to a group of or for a group of people that you don't know to watch videos that you've created that they very well may not enjoy. It doesn't make any sense to me. um, Not to mention the fact that why would you spend the money? Like we're here to show records, so use that money and buy records. And then thirdly, I mean, if you think about it, like from my point of view, I consider myself a niche channel. Like a lot of the stuff that I show is completely unknown to mainstream consumers. It's obscure to a lot of people that are fans of what I'm into. So if I was to buy subscribers based on the type of channel that my channel is, it would open up my channel to a whole new world of trolls and just general shitbags. Uh, you know the amount of negative comments that I would receive just because people don't like what I'm showing because they don't know anything about it, and definitely wouldn't like it if they did know about it. Those negative comments would just escalate, and I would spend, I don't want to spend any time having to field that kind of nonsense. I would much rather interact with people that I enjoy as opposed to people that I would like to see die in a car fire. So, yeah, it's just no. I would never pay money for subscribers. Three. Do you like to mention how much you paid for your records? Not really. I mean, what we have to realize is that not everyone has the same budget. Not everyone has the same life situation. Like just because I can buy a certain amount of records or I can buy a certain amount of records that are, a certain price doesn't mean that the next person has the same luxury. Um, and lots of people are sensitive to their economic situation and whatnot. I don't want to unintentionally or intentionally make someone feel bad about their lack of finances. Really, I mean, it's not up to me to do that. I don't want to make anybody feel bad about that. Like, do I own expensive records? Yeah, I own tons of them, but I'm not going to go gloating about it, in a public forum. That's just not how I roll. So no, I don't. Um, Now, having said that, if I'm at a record store and I see a record I've never seen before, but it looks cool and it's like $5, and I pick it up and I take it home and it's a banger, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, check this out. I got it for like $5. This record's great or whatever. But I think that's a little bit different than going and talking about how oh yeah, I bought this rare UK punk record and it's like 600 pounds or whatever, which I never have spent that much, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to look like it's bragging or gloating because that's just not me. So So yeah, I don't generally discuss the price of records that I buy. 4, are there genres of music you really don't like and would never show on your channel? Absolutely. There are lots of genres of music that I don't like. You'll never see me show an opera record. You will never see me show a classical record. Like, I don't like opera. And classical. It's not that I don't like classical, because I get it, but it's just not something that I'm into. Or even something like jazz. That's a giant hole that I do not have the time nor the drive to investigate. I'm familiar with jazz. Like, I've heard a bunch of it, but I've never heard any jazz that absolutely knocks my socks off and makes me want to reevaluate my record collecting habits, because I don't like it that much. But and I get like reggae. I don't like reggae either. Tons of people do. I don't like it, so I'll not ever show it. You like it? That's awesome. Not for me. So yeah, there's lots of genres that I won't show and that I don't care for. I do have some of those kind of records that I've picked up over the years at thrift stores, because I figured I could trade them down the line, or because the covers were funny. If there's like a vinyl tag and it calls for something like that, I'll show it. But it definitely doesn't get into my regular mindset of what I want to show. Yeah, so there are tons of genres of music that I am not into and that you most likely won't see here. Number 5, when watching other people's videos, do you ever flick through the video until you find an artist shown that you like? Not really. If I'm going to flip through the video, I'm just going to skip the video. It's simple as that. The channels that I watch regularly, I trust them because their musical tastes kind of fall into, the general wheelhouse of my musical tastes. However, once in a while, someone will surprise me, and, they'll be like, hey, I'm doing a whole thing on jazz. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not a jazz guy. And I'll just fade away in my brain, and I won't listen to it anyway. So I'll skip the video, and I'll just come back on their next video. It's like if Pat over at Ground Zero Salem was like, I watch his videos religiously, but if he did a video one day where it's like, I'm gonna, rate my top 10 Ronnie Millsap records. See you, Pat. I'm out. I'll come back to your next video, because I know I'm not going to be engaged by Ronnie Millsap. If Pat did that, I would watch it, but you get what I'm saying. It's just, yeah, I don't flip through videos. If it's something that I'm not into, I'll skip it and come back next time. Number 6, what are your thoughts on shorts? I don't really have any thoughts on shorts. I'll watch them now and again if someone posts them. Someone that I know posts them, like John over at Bit Bop Boom. He posts them once in a while. They're pretty entertaining. Vinyl Richie's done some funny ones, but by and large, I've never made any. I probably never will. So yeah, they don't really affect me, in any way, shape, or form. 7, do you use the community tab for polls, etc.? I've done a couple polls when people that I know post them, but until now, I didn't know that the community tab was what created the polls. I don't know how to use the community tab. I don't even know if I have the community tab. So it doesn't really have, any bearing on me. Like, I never wake up in the morning and be like, there better be a fucking new poll this morning. It just doesn't happen. I don't think about it. 8, is there anything about your own videos that you don't like? There's a few things, but it's not really so much about my videos. I mean, once in a while, the lighting could be a little better, but by and large, I think it's pretty good. The problems are more with me and my environment. Like, I can remember the smallest bits of minutia about bands and records and whatever, but my brain blocks out dates. So if I'm showing I have to write the dates down because I just blank with them. And it's kind of important as far as my subject matter goes. Like, at least to me, I'm kind of a stickler for that stuff, but dates I have a hard time remembering. So, and because of that, once in a while I'll be like, oh, here's a record from 1979, but it's actually from 1981, and I don't want to reshoot the whole video just to correct that, but it drives me nuts because my OCD is not it's not strong enough to resist it. So I wish I had the editing skills to do the line where it's like, yeah, he was full of shit. It was actually 1982 or whatever. But it's my own fault. I could learn to do that. I'm just lazy. My surroundings also kind of bother me about my videos because the town I live in, it's only about 50,000 people. It's not real big, but I live dead center downtown on the main street. So a lot of times when I'm shooting videos, I'll have emergency vehicles will come by. It's happened a few times, but sometimes it's bad enough that it gets distracting and I'll have to reshoot the video because it just irritates me. It's like fire trucks, police, even like Harley Davidsons and stuff. It's just really, really loud. And I live right across from a grocery store. So now that it's getting warmer out, it's car alarm season. Fuck car alarm season. No one ever shuts the things off. They just go forever. So that's something that bothers me about my videos because it happens often. Just outside noise that I can't ignore. 9. Is there anything about other people's videos that you don't like? There's nothing I really don't like. If your videos are too long, I tend to just kind of fade away. My attention span isn't great enough to deal with really long videos. The professionally shot thumbnails, it's not that I don't like them because I think it's cool. I can't do it. Some of my friends can do it, and I respect that because they're really good at it. The problem is that I've been conditioned by those pro-looking thumbnails to just skim past them because a lot of them, a lot of the channels that I've seen do them are those professional VC channels that everybody complains about all the time and that I don't care for. So if I see one of those kind of pro thumbnails, a lot of times I just gloss right over it and I may be skipping over channels of people that I enjoy. I also, a lot of people complain about the like and subscribe thing. It doesn't really bother me, but I feel that it's kind of redundant. I mean, if someone's taking the time to actually watch your videos, chances are they're going to like it or subscribe or both, so it's kind of I don't feel the need to ask for it. But one thing that I do not fucking like, and it's this. Guy will have a stack of records. Okay, first record, the Diodes. It's punk. It's good. The Boys. Power pop. It's good. The Curse. It's punk. It's good. Put a little fucking effort into it, would you? I don't expect you to be David Attenborough. You don't have to be some eloquent wordsmith. You don't have to be like the sun broke over the mountain, over the grooves of the Mutants single from 1978. This was a day like no other in the life. It coalesced the vapor of inner city living in Detroit of the late 70s. You don't have to fucking be eloquent on it. Just say yeah, this is the Mutants 7-inch. It's from, 1978. I think it's from 78. It's that dates thing. Band from Detroit, really good. Kind of, it's punk rock. The one track is kind of more on the power pop tip. The other song is kind of, you can definitely tell it's from the Motor City. It's kind of got a Stooges thing going on. There's kind of croony vocals. You don't have to go crazy in depth, but you can at least make an effort. It's not La Peste, punk. It's good. Just stop. Okay, number 10. This is a 5-parter or something. If you were to stop making videos, would you A, shut down the channel completely? No. Not unless I had fallen into some sort of cult whose mission statement was to eradicate all conversation about vinyl releases based on the fact that they contributed to the killing of Christ or something stupid. I mean, why? I just I would never have enough of a grudge against discussing records to actually want to just delete the whole channel. I'm not that, weird or paranoid. Um, B, would you keep the videos live? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, my whole thing here is to, make people aware of records that they may not be aware of that are cool. And hopefully that's what I'm doing, and I'll just leave it up. Whatever. C, make the videos private. Why? Like, what am I going to do? Reward somebody? Hey, check out this video I did in 2019. It's private to everybody, but here you get the rare exclusive viewing. Like, whatever. Get over yourself. D, would you make an announcement that you would no longer be making videos? No, because I think that's almost like it's almost like fishing for sympathy or, I don't know, attention. It's not really my thing. I would, though, consider doing a death hoax with it. Like have an announcement that I, was killed in a freak spin clean incident or something. Or I would have I would do my last video while I'm actually laying in state in my coffin. I would have one of my friends, I would have a pre-recorded monologue over it, reviewing the records, and I would just have one of my friends hold the record over my corpse and just go from there. I think that would be hilarious. I don't know how cool the funeral home would be with it, but it's worth a shot. If I can't get taxidermied like I planned on, then that might be my second route. So, yeah. That's the 10 final questions for the VC from my point of view. See ya.